Hey Alex, it's Brandon. It was so cool talking to you on the phone, and I'm just wanted to go over a couple things, just shoot a quick video here to show you what I can do to help you and see what kind of get the ball rolling on what we can do to help your business grow and get more customers and help you kind of build the life of your dreams. So that's kind of my goal is to help small business owners really grow their business and succeed. So what I'm going to do is go over a couple things that I do to help, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. So the first thing that I did is I went up to Google and I typed in landscape construction Fort Worth. I used landscape construction as the keyword because that's what was on the sign that I saw. And then I used Fort Worth because the sign was in the North Fort Worth area. And so when you do that, basically the first thing that comes up is the map pack. And that's like all of the businesses in the area and stuff like that. So when I did that, you can see that there's a couple people that have some ads right here that they're paying money for advertisements. But then right here, these first three that show up underneath the ads, they're ranking in the maps organically. So typically when you type in landscape construction Fort Worth, you're going to see the top three results, and so the goal is to figure out how we can get you into the top three results, start with building a website and go from there. So here's what I do. So I went in and I looked at these three businesses, and the first thing that Google is looking at when they're looking at websites is they're looking at keywords and content. Typically, a website should have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 words or more. And the reason they do that is not so much that every customer goes on there and reads 2,000 words, but Google scans that entire website looking for all of those keywords, and it starts to tell Google, hey, this is a trustworthy site. There's a lot of power in this site, and that's how it starts to climb the rankings, okay? And so the first thing that I did is I went and used a tool that I have that's called ARFS. Let me pull that up here. So ARFS is spelled AHREFS. I pay a few $100s a month to use it. It's certainly something you can use on your own if you decide to not go with me to help build your website or anything like that. But ARFS is a really useful tool. So here's some of the stuff that it covers. Well, first let me just talk about the keywords. So what we have here is this is the American Landscape Management Company. It was in that top three when we typed in landscaping construction. And so what they do is here's some of the keywords that are kind of scattered throughout their site that Google is noticing. So landscape lighting in Fort Worth is getting a volume of 70 searches per month, not on this website, but just typed into Google. Someone's typing this in. There's 70 searches for just that every month. And then patio installation Fort Worth, another 50. Outdoor lighting Fort Worth, another 20. Landscape management in Dallas, another 100. Mulch in Fort Worth. Hardscaping in Fort Worth. It sounds like that you do a lot of that as well. So there's another 40. And so right there you can see that's hundreds of searches just with these handful of keywords, and knowing that you do quite a bit more than just, you do retaining walls and all sorts of other stuff. So there's a good handful of keywords, and all of these kind of keywords generate like dozens and dozens and dozens of volume every single month. So the goal would be to build you a website that has all of these keywords in mind, so that you can start ranking and getting high onto the first page of Google, which means more calls, more customers, and stuff like that. The next thing that we look at is citations. And citations is essentially your business name, the address, phone number, stuff like that. The stuff that shows that you are a legitimate business. And what I use to see what all of these other companies are using or they have citations. Let me put it that way. The citations are where their business name pops up anywhere on the internet. Okay, so if you look right here, we've got Landscape by Design, Circle D Construction, JCL Landscaping Services. All of these were in the Google Maps. And so I ran the numbers on them. This is a tool called WhiteSpark that I use and pay for that tells me how many citations these businesses have. So you can see one's got 21, one's got 6, one's got 38. And basically, that could be like they're listed under the yellow pages on Google or the white pages, or they're in LinkedIn or all of these different locations like that. And so the more places that you are showing up, your business name, address, stuff like that on the World Wide Web, the more that Google recognizes that as a legitimate business, which helps you climb the ranks. And then the last thing we look at is backlinks. Now, backlinks, just to try to keep it like real straightforward, it's basically if there's a link on another website somewhere else on the internet, but you click on it and it drives back to your website, that's called a backlink. And so the more of those that are kind of scattered throughout the internet, again, the more trust and confidence Google has in your business. And so right here, this company is American Landscape Management. This is an 8 on the UR, which is the power of the site. Google sees that domain is a 8 as far as power. And the trust is showing to be 0. And then backlinks is 74. So we would want to make sure that we get a good handful of backlinks and powerful backlinks, because not all backlinks are created equal, so that information is telling Google that you are trusted, this is a powerful site, and so on. So essentially what I try to do is meet with people, get to know them, hear their heart, what are their goals, their dreams for building their business, and to see if I can help them to grow and succeed. I really do believe that small businesses should be able to thrive and not be struggling all the time. And so that's kind of my heart, is to help build these websites in a way that actually helps your business grow. Because there's plenty of ways you can go out and have a website built, but I don't just build the websites. I also focus on the search engine optimization and stuff like that, so that you are actually getting business from the website as well. So again, the 3 things that you'll want to look at when you're building a website is the keywords and the amount of content, the citations, which is your business name and information all throughout the internet, and the backlinks, where all are you listed that redirects back to your site. And so those are the 3 things that I help with. You're welcome to go out and use this information on your own, or we can sit down and discuss it more, have a phone call or a Zoom meeting or anything like that, so that we can get to know each other a little more and see what we can do to help you out. So anyway, hope you found this video helpful, and we'll be in touch.